Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we want to go and talk about something that's actually been kind of somewhat breaking the internet as of now. If you guys did not know, we actually have a really cool big exclusive that came finally to PC, and the numbers are actually somewhat shocking, to the point where it literally pretty much is taking over all of Steam. And well, the reception, the reviews, and everything are nothing short but amazing. So we have a lot of things to go and talk about, a lot of cool things to go and showcase. And as well, when it comes to this, it just is always really cool to go and see Sony kind of go and branch into other different types of basically categories to go and make sure they can expand their brand, expand the market, and allow more gamers to actually go and play some video games. So a lot of things to go talk about, a lot of cool things to go bring on up, and especially as the weekend, as the restocks a little bit more on the chill side, we have some fun things to go and talk about. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money. Same with that Coinbase too as well. Link down below, and definitely leave your likes and also comments on this itself. So I'm sure you guys can maybe go and figure out what I'm saying, but today officially, God of War's PC edition was released throughout these past few hours, and so far the initial reception has been nothing short of amazing. So we have had thousands of concurrent players, pretty much boasting out the #1 spot of Steam besides all multiplayer games. And in all honesty, the sales and the reviews and everything coming out for the PC version have been nothing short of spectacular. Now, of course, whenever there's a brand new game, there has been a little bit of issues when it comes to frame rates and a little bit of issues of other various things, kind of, the occasional bug, whether it's on your own PC or whether it's on optimization. But for day one, well, basically the day one, day two, it's been doing phenomenal. So let's go talk about how Sony's kind of taking over the PC market too. And in all my honest opinion, why I kind of wish that all these brand new games, such as the brand new God of War Ragnarok and also the brand new Horizon, would also be day one PC games. But it kind of makes sense. They want to sell consoles. We totally get it. But this is actually really cool information to go and share. So with this, we have a go over here from Video Game Chronicle, basically showing and stating that God of War on the PC attracted over 60,000 concurrent Steam players on its release day. This is all in regards to Sony Santa Monica's PC port boasts higher stats than even Horizon. So let's go through this one. I'm going to show you guys the Steam DB and all of that. So basically for this, that's according to the data published by Steam BD, which at the time of them publishing this article shows that Sony Santa Monica title has so far reached 65,000 concurrent players. So as we're looking over here on Steam DB itself, you can basically go look through almost all the games available. You can be like how many people are playing, say, like Counter-Strike or Dota or any other really popular Steam game. Think even like things like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Apex, even Fortnite, stuff like that. You can sometimes use these different types of websites to go and show and see the statistics of what it is. It's just kind of like, there's like, so basically go and track it on almost anything. So with this, you guys can actually go and see how everything's going. You guys can go look at the actual reviews, which as of right now, it's sitting at a 78.08% positive review, which is awesome. As the time I'm even making this video, it's at 60,000 people online right now. So you guys can see the overall player count is looking phenomenal. And it's been up for like 1 or 2 days as of right now, so you guys can kind of go and see the overall dateline. But when it first initially came out, it was flying. So you look at the Twitch viewers, and Twitch is usually a nice metric to kind of go and see when people are playing and watching the games. That's why you should always go follow me up on Twitch and Twitter down below if you guys want, a little subtle plug. But as you guys can kind of see, some of the peak views over here, viewership is insane. Over 100,000 on Twitch is nutty. But as well, we're seeing some numbers in the 50Ks. And of course, it dips down throughout the night, which is always fine because people sleep or whatever. And it bounced back with a peak over here of 65,000. And then it went even higher over here too as well, which is just really cool to see all these player numbers and all this type of stuff. It's just really, really cool to see the peak. All-time peak was 6 hours ago for God of War. And I think this information is insane to go and note because, number one, you have the reviews that are looking extremely good. We've actually had a lot of ports throughout the years that just aren't as good, aren't as receptive. There's bugs, or they just kind of very minimalistically change thing over, and it's just not optimized well, or it doesn't play really well, or whatever. But with this God of War, it's doing really, really good. And of course, don't forget, this is not like just like they've only had 65,000 sales. This is literally just the peak of all people at one time. So I mean, there's people who have bought them, pre-ordered it, or maybe played for like 1 or 2 hours, has to go to work, have to go to sleep or whatever. So the sales are doing phenomenal too as well. So let's kind of get back to the article itself. So as of right now for that was at number 22, which is, I would say, at least for a single player game, for Steam, for concurrently, because don't forget, this game is also a few years old. You could also play it up on PlayStation, etc. That's phenomenal because this is concurrent players. So think like a game like a Skyrim or the game like a Red Dead Redemption. Now, it's cool, they'll probably have a lot of players coming on in, but I'm sure you guys would agree the big thing is multiplayer. So even though the article states the biggest thing as well, that almost all the other titles above them on release day were just all multiplayer games too as well. And some kind of intriguing things to note is on comparison. So if you guys want to look at Horizon Zero Dawn, when that came out on PC not that long ago, that's peak as well was at 56,000, and then Days Gone itself, which was a pretty still popular PS5, PS4 IP, managed 27,000 peaks over this too as well. On top of this too, this also, because they're only Steam over figures, they don't actually include sales of PC games available on Epic Games Store, whereas Days Gone, Horizon God of War are all still available. As well, this is also, funny enough, released almost at this point, almost 4 years ago, and sold over 20 million copies as of August 2021, according to Sony itself too as well, and we're still waiting for the God of War Ragnarok, which is coming out later on this year. So the big thing I kind of wanted to go talk about is, this is going great. You guys can even go look over here in the reviews themselves, where they basically go and say, God of War feels so much better on PC. Even if you ever played God of War on the PS4, it's more than worth going back for another trip up the mountain itself. And a lot of reviewers keep on saying on how good this game is. Pretty much all the statistics and all the stats and everything else kind of go and show on how great this port is and how nice it is to go and see Sony finally releasing their exclusives on Steam. Now for me, I'm a big PC gamer, and I've always kind of been curious why these big gaming places such as Microsoft or Sony or even Nintendo don't want to go utilize the PC gaming market. Because as of right now, you guys can see these games are doing phenomenal, both in terms of Twitch hype, so you guys can see all the viewership, which is just literally just free marketing nonstop from Sony, but as well, the same thing for actual people buying and playing the game. Now, of course, obviously, this will probably keep on going down and down as people either get bored or they go play other games or whatever. It's a single player game. You play a few hours, you go come back a few days later, a few weeks later, whatever. But so far, the initial review, initial hype on this has been phenomenal. And this kind of leads to the kind of our like big point, I guess, of the video where I want to see more day one releases because I'd be genuinely curious to see and how well they actually do if they're on the same time. Now, Sony might be a little bit more on the apprehensive side because Windows themselves and Microsoft, they don't mind. They're getting Game Pass subscriptions, they're making money, they're getting their reoccurring monthly payments. They're cool with it, they're hype with it. But the one thing to kind of go and note is Sony's always been apprehensive. So this is literally like 4 years after the fact the game came out. Same with Horizon. Horizon came out quite a bit ago too as well. But you guys can see, even after all this time, people know and understand how good these games are, and they're rushing and clamoring to go and buy them. And that's why I really feel like Sony should be trying to go push for day one releases on PC and simul release it. Now, maybe in the future they will, because as of right now, they probably want to sell consoles, because they could also go and sell the game then for a higher additional price, at the $70 market price, and incentivize people to go and stay in like the PS Plus and PS Now ecosystems, and it makes sense to keep them in the Sony ecosystem. But especially when it comes to these PC games, they're all doing phenomenal. They're all doing very, very well. So it's almost surprising that they don't want to go and release it on day one when, once again, the reviews are looking great. The actual gameplay looks phenomenal. There's even good memes floating around too as well. And I'm sure you guys know memes are the power of the internet, where it's even like, hey, here's God of War PS4, God of War PS5, God of War PC, and then Xbox just has to watch someone playing it in the first place with the walkthrough overall, which is always kind of funny. I always take the memes, with a nice grain of salt and all that type of stuff. But it's just crazy for me to go and see because I love seeing how good these should be. And I really hope that we can see Sony for, maybe it's not going to be maybe for like the next few years or so, but now that Sony has finally made their own online Steam profiles, and they are able to go and start selling stuff, and they also do have a stake in Epic Games, like Sony themselves actually invested into Epic Games, realistically, we could actually start seeing more and more of these games coming out on PC. And that's kind of my big question for you guys watching. Are you guys someone who picked up God of War up on PC? Are you someone out there who maybe enjoyed it? Are you someone who would maybe even want to maybe buy a PC to want to go and play these first-party games on maybe day one or within the first year of launching? Because this is what I personally would want. I'm a PC gamer, but I also, of course, have my PS5 and my Switch. So I'm okay with more games coming up on PC. I just really want to wait 4 years for it. But I got to give credit where credit's due. I think a lot of these Sony ports have been doing phenomenal. Horizon, God of War, and all the other ones whenever they do eventually port them on over. And this is what we like to go and see for gaming, because I want to be able to go play my games at any place and any time I want, no matter the console. Because at the end of the day, if Sony's making money, they should go and do it. But I got to give credit where credit's due. Very good official launch, very good initial numbers, and everything's going great. So I kind of want to all hear your thoughts down below. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Same with that Coinbase too as well. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. And if you guys pick up God of War, let me know how it goes. Love you guys.